Today we're going to make ladybugs. So you see that I have the example here. I'm going to work in the next slide. So if you have this screen, go ahead and highlight it and delete it. I'm putting a ladybug here so that I know what I'm going to be drawing. Okay, you see that ladybugs have mostly a circle shape. So go ahead and put in a circle shape. Now remember, in the previous lessons, we have this blue is the default. Let's come up here to change the default to black. Go ahead and right click and set as default. So every time you do that, you will have a black outline and you don't have to go and redo that. Save you a little bit of time. Okay, this is the body. Control C, Control V. I'm going to be making the head part. I do not know the anatomy of ladybugs. You can group them together if you want because they are black, or you can highlight both of them and merge the shape as a union. But if you do this, you won't be able to change any of this part if you wanted to make this a little lower, like the head a little lower. So I'm going to leave it as is because it won't matter. The next shape, we will also do a circle. So it's in my clipboard already. Now with this shape, I'm going to cut it in half, but I will wait until after I play with the colors. So I'll just go ahead and do a red color, except I'm going to be changing into a shape effect. So what I did is I did a beveled, and then I did this one. It's probably the one I use the most. Okay, make a right click, come all the way down to format shape, and you will have this over here. We're going to be doing a gradient fill. Now remember, it changes the color because that's not the color that we want to use, but let's set the preset gradients. And I did it where I had a little lighter at the bottom part in the corner. Now let's look at the radial. Do we want it linear? Yes. So I did the linear one. You play around with however you want to do it. So the colors that I used down here, I had a very light one. It wasn't quite white, but I'm going to change all of these to red, and then I can go from there. This was actually a darker red, so leave that there. All right. So let's change that to more colors, and I'm going to go to custom so that I can do a little bit of pink. And then I want to add one more color in here to blend it a little bit better. Whoops, I took it away. Let's go up here to undo. Okay, add another one. This is it right there. More colors. A little bit darker. Okay, and then you can move these around to where you want them. And I do want a little bit darker. Okay. See. I actually have one more that I will put right here and just make it very dark. Yeah. You can barely see that. Okay, so I have my color. If you don't like the color, go ahead and change it. And then how I cut this in half is I insert and I took a square and I found the middle. And I just highlighted the circle first and then select the rectangle, merge the shapes into subtract. And that gave me one of the wings. And then Control C, Control V. I'm actually going to horizontal change it. Now see, it's a little lighter than I want it, so I'm bringing all my colors down just a tiny bit. There we go. Now it didn't take into account that, but that's okay. Let's see. Oh, it did, yeah. So I had to do each one separately. You could select both of them and do them together. And then I wanted to put a little bit, if you notice, the larger you make this, it has these little bit of shading. So how I did that is I took the moon shape, made it white, no fill. Oh, you can't see it right now. So bring it over here so you can see it. A little bit smaller. And then I wanted to come up to glow soft edges. I'm going to make that soft edges. See how I made that soft? And then you can make it as big as you want. And that gave me a little bit of a glow. Okay. And then I just copy, paste, Control C, Control V, and brought one over here. Just to give it a little bit of a shininess to it when you really look at it. Okay. Of course, the little circles here, go ahead and make your circles. Make them any size that you want to fit. Copy, paste if you want. One some smaller, some bigger. You decide what size you want your circles. I'm going to select all 3 of those so that I can just bring over to this side and arrange them the way that I want them. Okay. Then I made the little antennae. So come to shapes, find this shape. It's a curve shape. And remember we talked about click first, click, 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 click. Every time you go around, click, 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 click. Double click if you want to finish. All right, that was a left click. Go ahead and find the weight that you want. And if you like both, if you like that one, go ahead and copy and paste it and then rotate it, flip horizontal. Make them come out a little bit. And there you have your ladybug. Go ahead and select all of it. Control G. Now up here, I did these leaves, and yesterday we did some leaves, actually Saturday. So I actually took the squiggly to make my vine. I just kind of came across the page. My outline color, I actually used a dark green, and the weight around a 2 1/4 or 3 point. Okay. To make the leaf part, find this shape here is the very last one of the rectangles. And remember, we can manipulate it to make it look like a leaf. Fill it with the color that you want. Outline is already black. What I did is I did a shape effect and I made it this fourth one over, so the slant. Go ahead and put the Control C, Control V. Let's see, it's already over here, so go ahead and just fill up your vine. You can make them a little bit smaller, larger, however you want. Design it the way you want. This is your paper. Okay, bring the ladybugs forward. So bring forward. Add another ladybug. And like I said, if you make this ladybug smaller, you're going to lose a little bit of the white, which is okay, but you can go in and make them larger if you want so that you can see them. And add another ladybug. I'm just going to copy and paste. And there you have your ladybugs.